Well, you're looking live here. Palau St. Jordi in Barcelona, the referees for this game between the Dominican Republic and Slovenia, from Greece, Argentina, and Spain. It is the 2014 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Round of 16, the winner advances to face the United States. And Slovenia, there are some names that jump off the roster at you, the Dragic brothers, but there's some other important names as well.
Well, let's look at Domen Lorbeck. He's the player that's been used most by Coach Juras Doc, and I expect him to be again providing his experience, his ability to shoot from the outside, and overall it is an extremely dangerous club, the dangerous team Slovenia, because they have 8 players that can shoot a 3. Let's see who starts for them here just in a second when we see the pictures of the starting players.
Well, Stodes quite clearly will have at least one Dragic in the starting lineup.
Oh, that's for sure.
They'll have both Dragics, in fact, along with Domen Lorbeck, Zupan, and Alan Omic.
So we don't see the starting lineup, but we go to the Dominican Republic. I mentioned Eloy Vargas, but also let's look at Eulis Baez. He's been a dominant force athletically. He's a player who can score off the drive, but he can also shoot from the outside, and he has provided some very important rebounding and also shot blocking ability there for Coach Antigua.
The starting 5 for the Dominican Republic will be Garcia, Feldin, Vargas, Baez, Sosa.
So they stay with the same starting lineup as we saw them in the whole Group C in Bilbao. The starting lineup here for Slovenia, it's Miha Župan at the 4, Goran Dragic at the point guard, Zoran Dragic at the off guard, Domen Lorbeck at the 3, and Alan Omic at the center spot.
So questions asked about what Slovenia would do when they came to this FIBA Basketball World Cup without Gasper Vidmar, without Mirza Begic. And the interesting thing is that Stodes has turned to a youngster, Omic, and he's been very impressive.
Oh, it's been a pleasant surprise, big time surprise. Here we see the starting lineup with the photos of the players, as we said just a moment ago. I think that Alan Omic has opened up so many eyes here at the FIBA World Cup. He's been able to finish with high percentage. He's been also very good in rebounding. He just patiently waits there for the drop-off pass, and he's been able to connect on 66% of the shots. This is the starting lineup for the Dominican: Sosa, Garcia, Feldin, Baez at the 4, and Eloy Vargas at the 5. So I'm really looking at a match there between Vargas and Omic underneath the basket. Of course, I think that Slovenia, who is extremely well coached by Stroos, must have scouted the Dominicans and they will center their defense on Garcia.
Well, they definitely scouted it, because I remember seeing their assistant coach actually at the game. So one of their assistant coaches watching. Omic just 22 years of age, and he'll be going up against a really good young player as well, and Vargas. Hello everybody, it's the 2014 FIBA Basketball World Cup round of 16 game. Dominican Republic and Slovenia here in Barcelona, Spain. The winner will advance to face the United States, and that game will be a quarterfinal. This is the knockout phase of the competition. Both have survived the group phase.
I think it would be very important for the Dominican Republic to start off on the right foot. Don't turn the ball over.
Baez puts his head down and drives. Plays his basketball here in Gran Canaria, Spain.
This is what I was talking about. He's a very versatile player, very athletic player at the 4 position, because he can put the ball on the floor just like we saw, but he can also spot up for open shot.
And it's probably important for Baez to get off to a good start. He's been kind of slow.
But this is the key. Exactly what you just said. When Baez got going early, then it became easier for him and the team to get going too.
Well, he makes just 1 of 2 at the free throw line. And now it's the Goran Dragic show. Bounce pass inside to Alan Omic, and it goes out of bounds.
And this is a play that we will see so often in a game here. pick and roll. And if you have Goran Dragic running the pick and roll, you are in dangerous club. I mean, you're gonna just punish some people. If the big man doesn't step out, he's gonna shoot. If he steps out, it will pass it to the big man.
Goran Dragic comes up with a steal, and good hustle from Garcia to block it out of bounds. At least he recovered.
What a play there by Garcia after turning the ball over, just sprinting back on defense, and he's the oldest man on the squad at 33. That was inspirational.
Goran Dragic passes over to Zupan. Zupan in the lane, dumps it off to Omic, gets the shot blocked, but gets it back and puts it over in.
Omic just stayed with it after a great pass from Zupan. I think that he just used all of his 2 meters and 17 centimeters. Good job by the big man to keep the ball up.
He is a very, very big 22-year-old.
Look at the pressure defense by the Slovenians. They are all over the place. They are pushing the Dominicans just good 1-2 meters behind the three-point line.
Omic picks up the foul.
Of course, this is the round of 16, so this was a steal, or the turnover rather, by Garcia. Goran Dragic just pushes the ball up the floor, but gets it blocked.
Dragic puts more pressure on the inbounds pass.
I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed there with the defense from the Slovenians. They are just pushing, making a big-time pressure there on the ball, overplaying the lanes. Great defensive job early on.
These those standing up there, the coach, white shirt of Slovenia. Pass over to Garcia from the corner, and just like he did in the 4 games that he played in Bilbao,
he instead just faked out a defender, took an extra dribble to the side and nailed down a 3.
He plays pretty good defense as well, but he picks up a cheap foul.
But he's gonna watch it. He doesn't want to get into foul trouble because he's a huge part of the team. No other player averages in double figures. Look at it right here. This was the shot that he made from the corner. A spot that we've seen him so many times to nail the 3 in Bilbao.
Norbeck puts the ball on the floor.
Oh, this is bad news right there for the Dominican Republic. This is a foul number 2 for Francisco Garcia.
That's why you don't want to give away any cheap ones. And maybe the first one was a little cheap. Garcia is going to take an early seat, and that is already a victory for Slovenia.
That is a big-time advantage here in the opening moments of the game. Only a minute and a half played here in Barcelona, and Francisco Garcia has got 2 fouls. And here another foul call. I think it's on James Feldin. No, it's on Eloy Vargas. They have to watch it. We saw the Dominican Republic played some spectacular 5-minute spans, but sometimes they just completely came apart.
Bounce play to Norbeck. Dragic. Or Dragic into Omic again, and they're really getting the ball in good positions. The Dominicans have recovered a couple times.
This is maybe a part of an experience on the side of Omic, who's first time on the national team. He did not play the Eurobasket in Slovenia last year, and this is second time that he has dropped the ball after receiving it.
Sosa. And now a little bit of miscommunication. He thought Liz was going to pop back outside to the corner.
And I think now we see a really athletic, quick front line there for the Dominicans. They have to take care of the ball. That's the main thing.
Goran Dragic over to Zupan. 6 on the shot clock. Sosa on Dragic. Dragic puts up a long 3, and good hands of Vargas brings it down.
He had to shoot. There was nothing left on the shot clock.
Feldin drives in, and a foul called on Slovenia.
And this is what Dominican Republic has to do. I mean, we saw them working on it in practice before the group play started in Bilbao. They really like to push the ball up the court. They have all the quickness right now on the floor. Just they have to stay somewhat conservative. I mean, with Leeds, Sosa, and Feldin, you're talking about some serious speed on the floor.
Yeah, they've got Fortuna as well coming off the bench with Coronado. They can run. Here's Feldin, gets inside, and his pass was read. He passes it back over to Leeds. And his jumper is off the back of the rim.
Oh, that jumper was well defended there by the Slovenians.
Quickly to the other end, Slovenia. Goran Dragic from the left. And so low scoring game here. Both teams perhaps feeling each other out.
I would say Goran Dragic might
Sosa gets into the lane and puts it up and in.
That's a good take right there by Sosa. He's the true point guard on the Dominican team, but if he takes it down the lane, he likes to finish.
Now Dragic with Lorbeck, the younger Lorbeck, posting up. Rossum not in this team. He had to pull out of the preparations with an injury. Lorbeck, and just goes right over Felding.
Oh, that was an old school hook shot. Did you see that, Jeff? You don't see it so often in the game, and maybe if you do from the centers, but what a versatile game there by Lorbeck.
Lees, he gets into the lane and runs into Zupan, and the call is traveling.
And a great defensive position there by Miha Zupan. He just stood his ground and made Leith commit a traveling violation. This was the old school hook shot. You don't see it from the small forward.
So Zupan comes out and is replaced by Yuri Balazic.
That's a dangerous three-point shooter. Watch out for Balazic to spot up in the corner.
He's a stretch four. Now Lorbeck, very active early on here. Penetrates over to Balazic. He doesn't wait up much time, and he drills the three.
What did I say, Jeff? Watch out for him. He just stretches out the defense, stays in the corner, and then makes the three-pointer only seconds after coming off the floor.
Now Sosa tries to respond for the Dominican Republic. Sosa puts his head down, gets it up off the glass, misses. Lees crash the boards, and now Slovenia look to run, but Dragic has to slow it up. Goran Dragic. And you can hear the Slovenian crowd getting into it behind us as Goran Dragic. And now an opportunity for Sosa, and he comes up at a more deliberate pace, hands it off to Felding, and Weiss goes right down the middle and uses the glass.
Wow, I didn't think that they had a fast break opportunity, but all of a sudden just Bias comes into the trailer and gets a good pass and finishes it with a layup.
So the lead changing hands here early in the contest. Goran Dragic, bounce pass, but offensive foul, setting the pick on Omic.
Ooh, that is a tough start for Omic after he was very effective there in the tournament. Right now he started dropping the ball there twice and now committed an offensive foul. I think this is enough for him. He's going to sit down just to calm down. And Uroš Slokar, a very experienced 4-5 man, is going to come on the floor.
Into the game, number 14 from
He's going to have to rebound. I mean, he's undersized. That was it, yeah. I mean, anytime you move in the screen, the referees are just watching.
Weiss gives it to Sosa. Sosa gets in, and quick hands from Dragic, but he's called for the foul. Goran Dragic.
I'm really impressed with Sosa. I mean, he's been under control here in the first 5 minutes of the game. Look at it one more time. This was the drop pass to Bias. This was the last finish of semi-fast break. Nice 2 points there for the Dominican Republic. And that means this is 5 fouls there for Slovenia, so the Dominican Republic is right in the bonus. That's also very early. Jeff, we got still 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. This could be a big-time advantage.
Sosa's at the line, and before he went to the line, he went over to the Slovenia bench and just helped himself to a towel. And then after he dried his hands off, he looked at the Slovenia trainer and he said, "Oh, sorry, is that okay?" And the Slovenian kind of scowled at him. He said, "Yes." So, one free throw. It's a 9-7 lead for the Dominican Republic. So a promising start for the Dominicans. And Lorbeck behind the arc. Off the back of the rim. Goes back over to, nope, a foul has been called.
Ramon, yeah, number 14, he's called with the foul. But I think, Jeff, at the moment, it is very important, I think, for Goran Dragic to get some points. Yeah, right there we see it on the box out. He's undersized. I mean, there's nothing else he can do. I mean, he just got to go with the tough box out. He will just go with the hole. I'm looking for Goran Dragic to get involved.
Well, entry pass. Now Slokar. Sosa comes out past Dragic, but the ball ends up with Felding, and it's a fast break for the Dominican Republic. And Zoran Dragic came from behind to block his shot, but he fouled Sosa. Sosa maybe eased up a little bit too soon there.
I don't know. It looked like this is a turnover. Yeah, he had he was well ahead right there of the pack, and all of a sudden, but give a lot of credit there to Zoran Dragic. I mean, he hustled back.
Yeah, the mistake clearly on Zoran Dragic, so at least he gets down and sends Sosa to the line.
That was 4 turnovers there for Slovenia already. I mean, they are a team that turns the ball over on average only 13 times in the game.
Well, this will be interesting with Jack Martinez coming in for Vargas. They lose their legitimate shot blocker.
Get a scorer, crafty scorer in Jack Martinez, but anytime he is quick with the ball, he is effective. If he starts playing back to the basket, just too many dribbles, he gets in trouble.
He starts traveling.
Yeah. I think it was against the United States. He was called for 4 traveling violations there. Yep.
Well, Sosa comes out. He's made just 1 of 2. And this is maybe where, as Coronado comes in as his replacement, I'm not sure the Dominicans really have much of a drop-off at the playmaker, but he will bring a lot of energy defensively.
But he cannot get in foul trouble. We have seen him picking up fouls way too early.
Well, Zoran Dragic went past him. Balazic from the left corner. He made one from the right. Felding with the rebound.
But that's his spot right there for Balazic.
Felding gets inside, and his pass to Jack Martinez was knocked away.
That was a difficult pass. You cannot just let the ball float in midair. You gotta put some force in there if you're trying to make this difficult pass in traffic.
Offensive foul called against Slovenia.
Offensive foul called on
Zoran Dragic as well. That's going to be his 2nd foul. So he takes the seat with Omic, who also has 2 fouls, and Klobuchar is going to come in.
So the main protagonists on both sides got 2 fouls apiece.
Haven't seen Balazic yet. He's an off guard for Slovenia. He was a big part of their team last year. Coronado. Look how closely Zoran Dragic is guarding Felding. Coronado over to Jack Martinez and Balazic. And this is where Bice, perhaps with his size,
and
gives
quickness,
the advantage.
And the quickness too, because did you see the cut underneath the basket? Balazic had no idea that he was cutting right behind it.
You look at Garcia, he's just over there saying, hey guys, we're right where we want to be.
I mean, he gives 10-7. This is a perfect start there for the Dominican Republic. I think, to me, that Slovenia is still living the nightmarish last quarter against Lithuania. They lost 12-2. They scored only 2 points in that last quarter.
Is that right? I thought that was a misprint.
No, it's
only 2 points.
Only 2 points.
That's incredible.
Yep. They just absolutely went cold. Couldn't buy a shot.
Bice, also he's got strength. So he's got quickness, he's got size, he's got strength, and with Garcia on the bench, he becomes even more important with his team now leading 12-7. The momentum's kind of shifted to the Dominican Republic. Slow guard and really poor defense that time from Martinez, but that's what you lose with Vargas out of the lineup.
Well, he was defensively out of position, and Slokar uses quickness.
Jack Martinez hands it off to Coronado. Martinez feeling his way into the game and tries to get a foul, and he's not going to get that, is he?
And he got a warning.
Told not to flop, or he's going to get a technical.
And what we said before, if Jack Martinez starts to dribble the ball too much, bad things happen there for the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, you're on that one. He actually had a shot. Now, Ido Merchant's going to come in. He's another good young talent with Slovenia, number 8. 2:47 to go here. And his team trailing by just 3. Balazic passes it back out to Klobuchar. And Klobuchar, and a lot of layups for Slovenia.
That was a good take by Klobuchar, but Balazic's got a big-time mismatch there on Coronado, so I think later on they might have to go to that and exploit that mismatch.
Coronado left open for 3. Now quickly, Zoran Dragic will push it at every opportunity, and he loses it. The ball put out of bounds.
I don't know if Coronado touched it or what happened, but I thought he was going to the basket. Zoran Dragic. Look at it one more time. If he got a piece of the ball or what happened, because I thought there was
got a hand on it.
It's a heads-up play there defensively for Coronado.
Prepelic, who's a youngster, is in, and he misses his first attempt. Clement Prepelic. It's interesting to see the change in generations with Slovenia. There's Ramon, and his shot is no good. So really kind of a low-scoring first quarter.
Well, I think that right now offensively both teams are struggling.
Muric quickly to Slokar, and the pass back out. Belazic. See how they passed up the 2 for the 3, although he did have a couple of Dominican defenders right there. Ramon. Martinez, that's where he's more comfortable, but he misses.
And that was his shot also, just around the free throw line. He usually is very effective and can knock that shot down.
Orlando Sanchez is in for the Dominicans. He's a shot blocker. Now, Bobichar. Rebound, Muric. And they're crashing the boards. And Belazic takes it back out.
The Dominicans just got to box out. They got some good athletes and big body with Jack Martinez, but didn't do this assignment. Foul for Sanchez.
So that will send Slovenia to the free throw line. Because they're already in the bonus.
And we have seen Sanchez do some spectacular things there offensively in the group play, but he has to also stay under control. He was way too far from the basket to foul.
Yeah, you don't want to foul this far away. I mean, it's already a tough enough situation for the.
And he did with his hands. I mean, it was a clear call.
And Belazic knocks it at 12. The Dominicans had gone in front by 5. And Belazic makes the second one, and that's the relief of the Slovenia fans. They've taken the lead. Now quickly, Coronado goes up, and he had what he needed, and he just missed the layup. Bobichar quickly to the other end. Ido Muric gets inside, and good job from the Dominicans to knock it away.
I thought they got lucky because Faldin was out of his defensive position. He gambled with the steal on the pass.
Here's the replay.
Sanchez, quick hands.
They've bailed themselves out a few times with good hands. Faldin floats in, scores, and now the Dominican Republic back in front.
And this is the play that has been working for the Dominicans. Coming off the curl and just curling to the basket and finishing up with the layup. Good job there.
Coronado tugging on the jersey of Bobichar. He gets it into Slokar, and he misses the alley-oop.
Oh, he should have come down and shoot it with the 2 hands. This is extremely difficult on the run to finish the alley-oop pass with 1 hand.
Just a lack of execution for Slovenia, getting the ball in good spots. Faldin, the final seconds ticking off the clock here in the first quarter, and a foul, so they're going to get free throws.
That was a good play by James Faldin. He didn't rush anything. He knows how quick he is, and he just attacked Klobuchar, who did a decent job of staying in front of Faldin, but at the end he fouled him. Still got 6 seconds to play after the free throws.
And you know what's interesting to me, George, is Faldin misses the first, is at no time in this tournament have I felt like the Dominican Republic felt nervous.
No,
I think look nervous at all.
Absolutely. I think that right now they are extremely satisfied with the qualification to round 16.
And not only that, they have done this with Garcia on the bench. They haven't lost ground. They've actually gained ground.
No, they haven't been shaken up, and I'm surprised. I mean, the young players just showed a lot of maturity there after the second foul was picked up by Garcia.
Well, Fortuna, one of the lightning quick guards, has come in. The final 5 seconds of the first quarter. Klobuchar gets in, puts up a layup, and a little bit of a breakdown from the Dominican Republic. And Slovenia not it at 15.
Look at the speed of Klobuchar. I mean, he exploded. He had only 5.7 seconds to finish that play. That is impressive right here. Finished with the left hand. What a play right there by the young Slovenian player.
Little momentum shift. It's a tie game here in the round of 16 game between the Dominicans and the Slovenians.
Two contestants with us. We're going to compete against each other for the chance to win an edition Week 10 2014 FIBA.
Well, here are the stats. Slovenia really struggling from the 3. We said it's a big part of their offense. 1 for 8. Dominican Republic 1 for 3. Oh, big edge there for Slovenia on the board, 16-7. And it is surprising because Dominican Republic has been getting 10 more rebounds in the group stage than Slovenia. So Slovenia is doing a hell of a job, and they were prepared there for the Dominican Republic. So if they keep doing such a good job there on the boards, that could be a big advantage for them later on.
I can't see Slovenia shooting this poorly for the rest of the game.
I don't either. I think that when Goran Dragic settles down, he gets involved, he gets some first points, and he starts involving his players. Let's not forget that Omic, for example, dropped 2 of his passes early on in the game. So that also took some self-confidence from Goran Dragic.
Now, Slovenia have played the 2006 FIBA World Championship. That was their first, following the breakup of the of Yugoslavia, the former Yugoslavia. And then they played in 2010. Now, they advanced from the group stage in 2006 and then lost. They advanced in Turkey in 2010, and they really laid the wood to Australia before losing to Turkey. They've set their stall on going a little bit further this year. Do you see them having a little bit more pressure on them than the Dominican Republic?
Well, I mean, for sure, going to the game today, I think that the pressure, the favorite team on paper, as you yourself mentioned in the pregame talk, is on Slovenia. They look really impressive in the Canaries. They had a lot of good things going for them. They only lost that last game against Lithuania, and they almost had it in back. So I think that the pressure is on Slovenia at the moment. Because what did people expect from the Dominican Republic? They thought it was.
I'll tell you what I expected. I expected an early flight back to Santo Domingo, and they've been very good.
And they've been led by Francisco Garcia.
And that was the key with Garcia really coming out. Well, welcome to the 2014 FIBA Basketball World Cup. The start of the second quarter, and we're right where we started. We're knotted. Scoring the first period came to life there right at the end. Klobuchar getting that fast break. Garcia with 2 fouls. Goran Dragic has 2 fouls for Slovenia. Omic as well, the center, has 2 fouls for Slovenia. So they're all on the bench right now. Quickly, the penetration from Prepelic.
And I thought Vargas was half a step late there because he could have blocked that shot or at least challenged it. There was no challenge at all from him.
Boy, if you look at the shot chart for Slovenia, they're getting a lot of stuff inside. And that'll be an adjustment that the Dominican Republic will have to make probably at halftime. Three-point attempt, missed by Ramon.
Oh, there was absolutely no team offense on that play. I think that Garcia is going to have to come to the game at some point.
And great read from Coronado, just stepped right in front of Modric, and now he's going to race all the way in. And that's what your defense does for you, and also with the quickness.
That's Coronado all the way, making the steal and just taking it all the way to the basket on the other side. Great play by him, finish with the left hand.
Klobuchar, back out to Balazic. Modric. And the rebound from Vargas, who's come back in.
I thought it was a tough shot. Coronado was just right in front of him.
Coronado perhaps underrated. He's a pretty useful player on both ends of the floor, especially defensively though. Now Martinez. That's more like it.
This is his shot right here. Dribble, back his defender down, and go with the fadeaway jumper. This is his marquee shot.
That's where he's most comfortable. And after a interesting start to the quarter, the Dominicans have come right back to taking the lead. Klobuchar, bounce pass, ends up with Modric. Shot clock winding down. Modric has it knocked away, and Vargas. And the two players exchanging words, and I don't know why Modric is upset.
I think he's upset because the whistle was already blown and it was out of bounds play, and then Vargas didn't hear it, or he just threw the ball in his face just in effort to save it.
Look at the peacemaker, Jack Martinez. Watch this.
Oh, that's a double technical right here. The referee just wants to make sure that the game is fully controlled, so it's a double technical. And you know, Christos Christodoulou, he's a long-time referee in EuroLeague. He just wants to make sure that this game doesn't get out of hand.
That for me, I mean, the bad part about that for the Dominican Republic is that Vargas now has 2 fouls.
Oh, yeah.
whereas Muric also has 2 fouls.
But it is a lot. I agree with you. This is a lot bigger problem for Dominican Republic because Vargas is a dominant defensive player. He's the only shot blocking presence they have.
But the other message is that the Dominicans are letting the Slovenians know, hey, we're not going to be pushing around. He was definitely being pushed out of bounds. Martinez fouled
before the shot was taken. But I'll tell you what, Slovenia is going to have to adjust defense because this was the second time that this post-up situation happened and nobody came to double. And if the foul was not called, there was another 2-pointer for the Dominican Republic. And I think they're going to go with a stronger defender. Miha Župan checks back in, and I think he's going to have to play defense against Martinez. Look at it one more time. That's Jack Martinez. He backs you in, gives you the contact and a step back. This is Marky's shot. And he does it so well. I mean, it's just effortless.
And Balazic says, what do you want me to do? He's falling back.
Yeah, and he's good, 10 kilos heavier.
Well, Jaka Blazic is also in the game, and he's a high-energy player for Slovenia. You see him at the top of your screen guarding Felde. Now Martinez, back to Coronado. Now, Coronado there tried to make the pass, and he could have easily had the shot.
I know, that's what I was thinking. He could have gone all the way. He just tried to drop it off to Vargas for a dunk, but there was so much traffic, but it was impossible to complete it.
Just 2 seconds on the shot clock. See if the Dominicans can get something. They do. They get inside, and another breakdown by Slovenia.
Absolutely. Blažić just lost track of his defender, of the guy he was defending. What a collapse there defensively on the out-of-bounds play.
Well, that'll get him back over to the bench if that happens again. But and a block from Vargas, but goaltending is the call. Goal interference.
But I'll tell you what, even with this play, if it was a call as goaltending, look at it one more time right here.
Whoa. That was close.
That was very close, but he is getting in the heads of the shooters coming down the lane of Slovenia.
He is a terrific shot blocker. Sosa over to Vargas.
But he does have a soft touch on the free throw line. I feel comfortable with him shooting this shot.
Seen signs of him playing as well as he did against Finland early in the tournament. He just completely dominated the game. And Župan just lost control. And that allows Veldin to get out on the break. He goes behind the back, and then he's fouled by Blazic.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, I have been watching Coach Dovs, and he is just holding his head in disbelief. I think there's just been so many turnovers that he himself cannot believe it. He doesn't recognize his team. Well, that was a turnover number 9. I'm sorry.
9, yeah. That's way too many at this stage.
Absolutely. I mean, they average 11 in the tournament. And we talked about it, that all the teams got to pick it up in their sharpness and concentration in this stage of the tournament. You lose, you go home.
I really think that the relaxed attitude, but confident attitude of the Dominican Republic is making them look very good right now. Bice gets in the lane.
That was a great description. Relaxed, but confident. That's a great description of the Dominican Republic.
We saw them relaxed, but to a fault against Turkey when they already had their passage sealed. And but they're concentrated here. We got change now with Prepelic coming back out. And Zoran Dragic re-entering the game. Goran Dragic still on the bench.
So that means that Coach Dovs is not taking a chance with his star player, who's averaging 17 points a game, to pick up his 3rd foul early.
But Klobuchar isn't playing that badly. Some of his passes have been fumbled away. His entry pass, he gets it back. Klobuchar now for 3. Ends out.
Nothing going for Slovenia.
Veldin takes it all the way and makes it off the glass.
Oh, they are so confident. James Veldin is just picking it up big time. Incredible drive right there. He takes a lot of contact there for Župan, but he's able to finish the play off the glass.
Klobuchar, and another anticipation. The steal from Veldin goes in, draws the foul, and a 1 coming for Veldin.
I don't believe this, man. This is a collapse of Slovenia. What a mistake right there, and the fans are loving it.
Well, there is a Dominican Republic party in the stands right now. They are going crazy. It's a fiesta.
Look at the turnover. It was completely thrown in hands of Veldin right here. He just races to the basket and takes the contact from Blažić. There was no hard foul. I mean, Coach Dovs just cannot believe this. And they have already committed 10 turnovers.
Well, right now, George, as the Slovenians have called the timeout, you've got to comment. But let me say one thing real quickly. James Feldman, 12 points. This is the Feldman that we expect him to start.
Oh, absolutely. This is what we're expecting for him after his last national team play to do in Bilbao. He did not do it. He had some sparks, and he was incredible, but now he's putting on a complete show. But the story of the game, Jeff, this is right here. 12 points off turnovers for the Dominican Republic. And this is what you hope for as a coach. Coach Antigua is going to be loving it.
See the three-point shooting for both teams in the tournament. Slovenia so far just 1 of 10. Dominicans 1 of 4.
I cannot believe it. I mean, I was 100% predicting Slovenia to be the more experienced team that was going to take care of the ball, who was going to execute better. But this is the other way around. I mean, the Dominicans are just taking them to school in this department. They are just really playing mature basketball. Again, I will use your quote. Relaxed, but confident. Let's see how long they can keep it up.
Well, it's a 7-point lead. And you know that right now, this is the dream start for the Dominican Republic, especially with Garcia out of the game. They're playing so well, he can't get back in. He's got 2 fouls. He's able to sit down and rest. And Orlando Antigua, with 1 second on the shot clock, is going to celebrate another stop. Felding quickly up to Sosa. His bounce pass to Coronado, back to Felding. It's short, the jumper.
That was a quick shot right there by James Felding. And there was absolutely nobody to offensive rebound.
Now Slokar tries his luck from 3-point range. No, that was a 2.
A good shot by him. Slovenia needed that. He's a capable shooter all the way to the 3-point line. He's playing the stretch 4 position.
Coronado and Sosa out on the perimeter. Bice, Vargas, Felding really in a small 4. There's Sosa for 3. And all of a sudden, Slovenia, having done such a good job with their penetration, have taken a couple of questionable shots early in the shot clock.
This is the long shot there by Slokar. He actually has not taken a 3-pointer in the tournament. So this was a long 2.
Which is strange because he's got 3-point range, as you said. So timeout on the floor. Dominican Republic leading 26-21.
I think it was a quick reaction here by Coach Antigua. He saw that the momentum was shifting to the Slovenians. There were 2 mistakes there and no team offense whatsoever, and he immediately takes the timeout. This is the bench scoring. 17 for Slovenia, only 4 for the Dominican Republic. But this is because the starters, Sosa and Felding, has been doing the majority of the scoring for the Dominicans. I don't think he tells much to this point. Besides the fact that the starters are carrying the load, they're offensively.
Well, Slovenia's had the pedigree in Europe. I'm not sure how much attention to be honest, they pay to Americans, especially the Republic. We really haven't shown up to the party since 1978. And that's what's so surprising. They've just been, they've played at this tournament like they're the veterans.
They have played to their advantage because they have used the quickness defensively, as we see the steal of Coronado. With the Coronado finish, because nobody can just contain him with this quickness in the open court. Yeah, just playing to their advantage, Jeff.
They're really the best shooter that the Dominican Republic has. As you see the resumption of the game here is Francisco Garcia. The Born Dragic has come back into the game for Slovenia, which shows the alarm bells are ringing. And there's Slokar hitting a second consecutive jumper.
And if he heats up, he's going to stretch the defense more. So this is very important for him to get going. They're going with 2 4-men there underneath the basket with Jupan and Slokar.
See if Vargas comes out of the lane the next trip down because he was wide open. Felding over to Bias. Yeah, that's more like it for the Dominicans, getting it inside.
And this is all athleticism for Bias. Nobody can contain him if he gets going. And if he gets some separation, movement, his shots just flow effortlessly there.
Norbeck also has come back in. Saw Well, they get a hand on the ball. Dragic. And Dragic puts up a jumper. Good! Well, you know they're going to start falling eventually, and there one has.
And that's just very important. If Slovenia starts hitting from the outside, I am certain that their self-confidence will just go way up.
Bias looked at it, and good hands from Goran Dragic. Forces the turnover.
Foul is on.
And I think that the time has come as we see the replay right here. A tactical foul to stop the fast break. This was a three-pointer, the last one by Dragic. It made it 28-26. And I think time has come for Francisco Garcia to come back on the floor.
Well, you know, they were struggling with their jumpers. The fans getting a little bit frustrated. And what happened? Slokar hit a couple of long jumpers just inside the arc. And Dragic, Goran Dragic, drills the three.
I mean, and Uroš Slokar has played average only 13.5 minutes, averaging 4 points a game. So he really has not been used so much.
Slokar, now he's going to try to post up Martinez. And Norbeck gets in. A flop has been called on Lees.
And there's been a warning issued to both sides by the referee, so they are watching flopping. I mean, Lees is a very extremely fast player, but I thought there was a lot of body right there. But anyway, I mean, the referees have made a warning to both sides, so players better watch it there, on the inside and on the outside as well. It's been clear. We saw the same trend in Bilbao. We saw a few technicals go down there in the group play.
Well, it's a big call. See if they can stay on their feet now, these players. Second is good as well from Norbeck. He's not going to win that argument, is he? The lesson is, even if you get bulldozed, you better stay on your feet. Dragic over to Zupan. Dragic drives in, back to Zupan. And now he hits the three, so the floodgates have opened.
And you saw the team basketball that Slovenia was playing. Did you see the ball movement, the passes, then the penetration, the kick out, and the open shot?
Suddenly that fiesta that was in the stands has grown quiet. Sosa drives. Vargas with the follow, quickly up ahead. Nobody was back, and Dragic goes in for the dunk.
And this is the mistake the Dominicans just cannot allow to happen. Nobody is there as a safety to stop the fast break. And look at it, all of a sudden it's a 5-point Slovenia lead.
And even worse for the Dominicans, the Slovenian fans have gotten back into it.
But if we said that the Dominicans have certain lapses in the game, in the group play, right now this has been a very unproductive 3 minutes that they have shown.
Velding, if they run a play, Velding is facing the double. Vargas puts the ball on the floor and gets into the lane, knocks it out, but goes back over to Slovenia.
And a tough shot there for Vargas. I don't really know if this is his game to take it, put it on the floor from a three-point line, and just go floating in the air. This was the fast break right here. Nobody there to stop it, and an easy 2 points there for Dragic.
Well, I think the answer is clear. I think you said it a couple of minutes ago. It's time to get Garcia back in the game, and the problem is with 150 here in the first half, you don't want him to pick up that third foul.
Probably going to stay on the bench for the remainder of the first half.
Zupan forces Martinez to come out, so Dragic. And Zupan gets the rebound back over to the Slovenians.
And the Slovenia look really comfortable.
Dragic hands it off, and this time one pass too many.
Ooh, that was a little bit too fancy there for Goran Dragic.
Well, the Dominicans surprised that that isn't their ball. Velding, you can see he just turned his back on the ref. He was questioning. So going to Norbeck. Slokar. Some patience here. Slukar, his third long jumper. Boy, he is red hot.
Look at Uroš Slokar. I mean, after getting very limited minutes there in the group play, he's been a key for the turnaround to the Slovenians.
Absolutely. And, you know, the word that springs to mind is experience. He's been with this national team for a very long time. Now, Felding. Martinez called for the push-off. And he picked up his first.
But I'll tell you what, that pass was awfully slow for the lob that was being thrown, and what an angle. If that wasn't a foul, I thought it was very close to turning the ball over. And Slovenia's got a chance now to take a double-digit lead.
Well, it's just remarkable how the Dominicans, this game is getting away from them here. They were leading 28-23. So it's a 13-0 run for Slovenia. Supan. Size of relief.
There you go, 13-0 run. I'm not sure if you can afford it at this level and to still win the game.
Felding. And Felding's pass. And Vargas almost comes up with a steal as well. Now Zoran Dragic gets in the lane, puts it up and is blocked, but a foul called either on Vargas or Sanchez. Both were challenging the shot.
You saw the speed of Zoran Dragic. Once he started on the fast break, just puts his head down and goes to the basket. He plays also in Spain here in Malaga. It was first time for him after Slovenia. He was playing a long time for Union Olympia. You see him finishing the drive, is fouled.
Yeah,
so he's gonna. That was a hack. They made sure on that one he wasn't gonna get an and one play.
Well, we'll see how relaxed the Dominicans are now. There's Zoran Dragic coming out because he has the 2 fouls. Doesn't want to pick up one. See the Slovenia fans, you could tell because they wear white sunglasses. No, it's the green. The green. And Zoran Dragic misses. But there are quite a few white sunglasses as well with the Slovenian flag on it. And the second one is good.
I was touched by Vargas, so it's a two-pointer actually right there.
What a botched play. That's a big collapse here from the Dominicans late. Felding, final 5 seconds of the first half. Sanchez drives in, puts up a very difficult shot. And Slovenia have just completely taken the game by the scruff of the neck here in the last few minutes. They're leading 38-28 over the Dominican Republic.
Señoras y señores, amb tots nosaltres la percussió de Barcelona,
What a complete turnout we have seen there in the second quarter. Look at the stats right here that just came up. Dominican Republic just shooting it very poorly from the three. The Slovenians picked it up to 25%. A great advantage there for Slovenia on the boards with 24 to only 11 of the Dominican Republic. This, I think, tells the story of the second chance points, because here it's 9-0 for Slovenia. As far as turnovers, early on Slovenia was not looking very sharp. They had 10 turnovers after 15 minutes of play. They have tightened it up and they didn't turn the ball over after that. Felding looked very impressive for the Dominicans in the opening moments. He's got 10 points and 4 rebounds. On the other side is the story of Uroš Slokar, the veteran who hasn't been used by Coach Dov so much in this tournament. He came on the bench and he hit some key outside shots. This is why Slovenia, in my opinion, is leading in the end of the first half 38-28.
bringing in Santo Domingo. Their team just completely fell apart there at the end of the first half, and they trailed 38-28 to Slovenia. But you know what? Basketball is a 40-minute game, and there's plenty of time for them to turn it around. But George Zidek, it has to happen sooner rather than later.
Well, absolutely. The Dominicans just really have to turn it up. We define them as relaxed but confident, but I think maybe we're just too early with that judgment right there in the description.
I think they were relaxed and confident, but I think the key, perhaps, decision that may have backfired was not to reinsert Francisco Garcia, because he's the type of player that can kind of steady the ship in a difficult moment.
That's a good term right there. I thought we talked about it at halftime that maybe with when things didn't go right with the team offense, and after 3-4 times that really not all the teammates got involved, Francisco Garcia should have come back on the floor just to calm things down. So he hasn't. It's the thing of the past now. There's a 10-point deficit for the Dominican Republic, but I assume that he will start the second half as he's got 2 fouls only, and he's going to try to really reassert the Dominican Republic on the floor as they started, meaning playing tough defense, going for the easy fast break if they can, and he needs to revive the outside shooting, because right now the Dominican Republic is making only 1 out of 6 from the 3 for 17%, and that is not enough, Jeff. That's not gonna get it done.
But there's one area maybe where the Dominicans can also perhaps change things around. They do have that quickness in the backcourt. They want to block. I mean, it's a brave man that's going to press Gordon Dragic, but we did see Australia trouble Slovenia with their press in the first game. They got back in the game. I guess the main difference is I'm sure that the Dominican Republic have a player like Joe Eagles who can be at the front of that press with those long arms.
But they have big-time quickness there, the guards. I mean, they are lightning quick, so I think that if they just play smart and conservatively, they can apply a lot of pressure on the ball and they can cause some problems.
So just normal man-to-man.
They will have to
pick them up at full court or half court.
I would go with a full court press, but just be conservative. Just try to use your quickness. Just try to make the guard to turn around, make it more difficult to bring the ball up.
Well, they had 10 points off turnovers, Slovenia. Those people there were getting a little bit nervous because I don't think they knew too much about the Dominican Republic. And then that late second half run, looks like these Slovenia fans think they're going to be in Barcelona for a little while longer.
The motto for the Dominican Republic is to stop the bleeding. Right now, it's a 15-0 run by Slovenia to finish the first half. Let's see how they turn it around.
Well, welcome back to third quarter action here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. It's the Dominican Republic trailing Slovenia 38-28. The winner will advance to face the United States in the quarterfinals. And Feldin hustles and gets that ball back. He missed the runner. I think Vargas kept it alive and knocked it back out. So the effort has to be there for the Dominicans, especially early. No points scored since in the past 4.5 minutes, as you can see.
Another good play there to start the second half. A turnover again by the Dominican Republic.
He's here in court for Slovenia. Balazic, Slokar, the Dragic brothers, and Morbek. There's one, Balazic in front of the rim.
He's been effective from a three-point line in the tournament, just missed a couple of them today.
And the bounce pass to Vargas. Balazic held his ground. And Sosa thought he got the foul. Almost an interception, but that means Goran Dragic is able to sail in for the layup.
He just raced down, but what a great pass there from Lorbek. Unselfish play.
Sosa reached in and tried to commit the foul, but it wasn't noticed. Now, Garcia back in the game, has the ball. And he's getting a lot of pressure. Bounce pass. Behind Sosa. Now Slokar up ahead to Dragic, and Zoran Dragic, the other Dragic, scores. And now
the bells are really ringing. That's a 19-0 run if you go back to the first half. This is really starting to look bad there for the Dominican Republic. They just have to recollect. They have to start making some fouls, stop the fast break. I know it was Garcia getting back, so he probably didn't want to pick up his third foul.
Republic who called the timeout. And if they're not careful, this thing's going to be over in the next couple of minutes.
Absolutely, they just have to make something happen defensively or offensively, but more importantly offensively, because they cannot buy a basket in over 5 minutes. This is the replay of that last play right here when Garcia gets out of the way of Zoran Dragic. You see it right here. That was the last basket that caused the timeout by Coach Orlando Antigua. Garcia has to get involved offensively.
Vice has his back to the basket. And a foul called, I believe, on Balazic.
It will be number 3 for Balazic. He goes out, yep. That's his third, so Miha Župan's going to come in to the game.
Župan's been really effective.
I think the combination of Uroš Slokar and Miha Župan, that's a good punch right there that you get underneath the basket. Power and also outside shooting touch.
An extraordinary story in international basketball overall. And good defense, 7 seconds on the shot clock. He's legally deaf because of the hearing aid.
Again, do you see the pressure on Garcia there? I just really paid a lot of attention to him.
Shot clock now, 4. Feldine puts up 3, and good quick hands from Bias, but then Vargas doesn't control the ball. And Antigua just looks down in frustration, but good hands from Vargas to knock it away.
I think Garcia had a chance to go for fast break, but just calm things down. Just really need to get on the board.
And reach and foul, and Vargas has to be careful. He was about ready to go after Zupan. He was making sure that was not going to be a basket. And Vargas didn't like it.
What do you expect in the round of 16? If you go to the basket, I think any of the players, they can just expect a really hard foul. Nobody wants to go home.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's Atlantic fans praying. And their prayers not being answered at this stage. See his averages, and that is without a question a factor.
But finally, after more than 5 minutes of play, the Dominicans finally get a point there on the board.
Dragic back over to Slokar. Not getting something going to the basket. It's an open look. Sosa shifts, gets inside, puts it up, and that was silky smooth.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he just turned the corner, got rid of his defender, and was facing Miha Župan, who didn't have a chance there with the quickness of Sosa on the run.
Faked him out of his shoes, shall we say. Župan from the right. And now Slovenia kind of makes you wonder with their jump shots early on. Up it goes, and that was a little bit careless from Garcia.
That was to Feldine. It would have been a beautiful play right there if the alley worked, but that's a costly turnover. They had a chance to cut in single digits. This was the try. Oh, did you see the crossover on Župan? That was spectacular right there. What energy there. And the quickness, go to the basket.
I think Župan is still trying to figure out what happened there. Slokar has it up top. Maybe Slovenia need to run a play. Well, maybe they don't. Just give it to Dragic to let him go to the basket.
This was the quickness of Goran Dragic. That's why he was the most improved player in the NBA for the past season.
Sosa. Garcia being closely guarded. And fouled on the drive by Zoran Dragic. And you can see that he's taken a blow.
There was the collision with Župan right here with the big man.
He missed the USA game after injuring his ankle. That was back in Group C. And then he came back and played the last night against Turkey. Župan's going to come out. He also was injured. You can see him limping over.
Oh, he's a tough guy. I know, he's a very tough guy, so there must have been some big collision right there if Miha Župan is limping off the court.
So Balazic comes back in. Garcia. He goes around his man, hands it off to Vargas. Vargas goes up strong but misses the layup. And that is a shot he has to make.
Absolutely, he has to make that, and he has to handle the pass better. I mean, he just fumbled the ball around, and it was very difficult for him to gather himself.
Quickly, Dragic again goes in, and a sensational drive.
That was
from Goran Dragic.
Spectacular shot there by Goran Dragic. That's what he can do. That's what we will provide in the open court. Great job by him.
Now the pass to Bice. Over to Sosa. He looks off Balazic. What a play, but doesn't finish. And the ball now goes back to Slovenia.
Well, that was a spectacular move also by Sosa. I mean, he just freed himself up from his defender, but just couldn't make the lay in almost. There's nobody defending him really on that shot.
I just wonder really if Coronado needs to come in and start sticking like Dragic to glue. There he goes. He gets away from Vargas, but Vargas commits the foul.
And this is dangerous. I mean, if you get Goran Dragic going, it's difficult to stop him. This is what you try to prevent at all costs.
The lead is 15. They say the first 5 minutes you need to kind of start turning things around. And as we said, it has only gotten worse. It was a 10-point lead at halftime. Now 1.5 times that much. Goran Dragic. Now that time he loses the ball. Sosa. Feldy. He falls, but the ball goes to Vargas. Vargas kind of pulls his way in and follows up his own miss.
Feldin just slipped on the floor there. He's frustrated. I think they're going to have to wipe the floor from the sweat, but way to stay there with the ball for Vargas after when he missed it, when he bulldozed Slokar. This is the slip by Feldin. That was painful right there.
It was painful. It was painful for Mr. Slokar as well.
I think just everybody just stopped right there. And Vargas got the offensive rebound. You know, thank you very much. I'm just gonna put it back in.
You see Slokar wincing.
I mean, Slokar is shaken up. Just a moment ago, we saw Miha Župana. He's limping here right in front of us. He's not even sitting on the bench.
It's about the only positive thing that's happened for the Dominican Republic is the big guys pulling 3 knocks for the other team. Warbeck. Feldy was about to gamble. Dragic. This is the 3. Some missed jumpers here for Slovenia.
Now this is the time for the Dominican Republic to take advantage.
Vargas hands it off to Bice, and Bice misses the layup.
That was a close shot right there. He has to make that after a beautiful pass from Vargas.
And the reach and the steal, almost. They're really anticipating those passes from Slovenia.
I mean, they have to pick it up. If you talk about the Dominicans on defense, they have all the quickness in the world. They just got to overplay the lanes. This is their chance. Put the pressure before the ball is received.
Good bounce pass, stolen. And they're reading the passing lanes, helping them. Garcia for 3. Good!
That's a long 2 right there.
Oh, that was a 2.
He stepped on the line, or must have stepped there.
It was indeed. So an 11-point lead. Dragic gets back in the lane, and he's basically been the man for Slovenia in the third quarter.
He is just unstoppable. When he gets the ball and he starts pivoting, spinning in the lane, there's just no stopping Goran Dragic. And that's another turnover right there by the Dominican Republic.
Dragic now with 10 points, at least Slovenia. Sosa arguing that is not a turnover, it should be their ball. The referee saw it otherwise.
But now Goran Dragic just looks very confident. This is his game. Lead a fast break and then finish it or make a pass.
This will be a better matchup against him, Coronado. Soren over to Slokar and Martinez. And that was better defending by Coronado. He gets inside and draws the foul from Goran Dragic.
That's number 3 right there. That's a big play by Coronado.
3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and Dragic gets his 3rd foul.
I thought he was just trying to get out of his way, but Coronado just somehow found the contact and made the referees to call the foul.
He found the contact and earned earns a trip to the free throw line, and Dragic comes out of the game. No respect for the All-NBA third-team selection.
That's a smart move by Coach Doves, just to make sure that his star player that's been key to the run lately goes to the bench and doesn't pick up a fourth foul. It's still a 13-point game at the moment, while Coronado's got a chance to shoot 2 free throws.
At the free throw line today, Dominican Republic not finding it too easy.
But you know what, Jeff? This was one of my remarks here before the game, that free throw shooting for the Dominican Republic is going to have to pick up. For the tournament, going to this game, they only shot 60% from the free throw line.
And that's where they are right now, 9 of 15. Klobuchar. Lorbeck. And the ball back out to Muric.
That was a good defense by the Dominicans on Lorbeck.
Goran Dragic for 3, and finally one falls.
That's a killer right there. For Zoran Dragic, he's capable shooter. He plays at the off-guard position. A lot more comfortable there with the outside shooting.
Feldy. Mid-range jumper, that's good.
He used his quickness, just made a nice turnaround jumper. James Feldine, if he gets going, if he's in motion, and he starts pivoting and making a fadeaway shots, he's also very effective there for the Dominicans. They need him right now.
And the Dominicans have to keep up the pressure defensively on those guards, but this time, Slovenia earned a trip to the free throw line.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, I was expecting a little bit more activity there from Garcia. I mean, he has been on the floor for 7.5 minutes, and we haven't seen him taking many shots. If you go back to Bilbao, and he is averaging over 20 points going to this game, he was taking a lot more shots. This was Lorbeck right here on the drive.
Well, part of the problem is I think they're paying close attention to him.
But he's a type of a player. I mean, if you just give him the ball on the wing, he was in the last 5 games that we saw him in the group phase, he was able to create his own shot. I haven't seen him do that. Even try to do that.
Maybe we will. But they trail by 15 points.
Oh, they better not wait, because he got 12.5 minutes to go.
And that pass goes out of bounds. No confident looks from Garcia and Feldine up into the stands of the Dominicans.
And now Garcia is playing as a power forward, so I mean, he should have even more room there to create. So they're going with a quick lineup, with a 3-guard lineup, trying to put some pressure there on the playmakers of Slovenia.
Goran Dragic is off the floor, so right now is when you would like to make that move if you're the Dominican Republic. Muric, ball slipped through his hands, but he was able to get it back. Muric, and his pass to Alan Omic, who's come back into the game. And Martinez gets the rebound, up to Feldine. Now, Garcia hands it off to Martinez.
And that's a great heads-up play by Garcia. He took a penetration right there. The defense collapsed on him. He made a nice drop pass to Jack Martinez.
Omic. Now, Goran Dragic drives in. His reverse layup was long. And now, there's a foul called on Omic.
He hasn't really found his mark. We said before, this was the drive right here. Look at Garcia, and a quick pass right here. Back to Jack Martinez, who finishes it off. But if you think about Omic, he hasn't really found his stride in the game today. He's averaged 9.6 points and 6.6 rebounds in the group play. It was really impressive, shooting some high percentage shots, but nothing has been going right for him today. Early 2 turnovers, I think, just completely got him out of sync.
Martinez at the line. And really with Slovenia, you've got a chance to deliver the knockout punch, and you haven't done it yet.
There are so many teams that we have seen not to be able to put the game away if you go back to Bilbao. This is their chance, but as you said before, you got Goran Dragic, your leader, on the bench.
So the Dominicans make both. Martinez gets the free throw team percentage up to 65%.
Not a bad performance by Jack Martinez, 6 points in 12 minutes off the bench.
Klobuchar calls the play. Muric sets the pick. back on Klobuchar. Now Omic. He goes up against Martinez. Martinez knocks it away. Inexperience of Omic showing a bit. Felding gets in, draws the contact, and there you have it. The Dominican Republic now trailing 53-44.
Boy, was that a tough finish. I mean, he just went over the defender, a lot of contact on that shot, but just somehow he makes that.
If they can get a stop here, that'll be huge. Because you can feel the momentum shifting ever so slightly.
And I think with Prepelic and Muric, you got some really young guys there on the court in the key moments of the game.
Look at this play, quickly to Felding, how he attacks the rim.
I mean, he just went vertically up at the defender. That's what you like to see. Look at James Felding.
14 points for Felding, that's a game high. Prepelic, over to Muric, Dragic, and Martinez with the rebound. Another opportunity now for the Dominicans. Felding gets it to Martinez. Coronado from the right corner. Martinez with a big strong rebound. He goes up and he puts it up and in.
Look at Big Jack Martinez. We don't see him getting the offensive rebounds too often, but he was able to collect it.
Coronado reaches in and commits the foul, so that puts Slovenia on the line.
I think it was partly because Uroš Slokar is checking Martinez, and Uroš Slokar is not a very physical player. Look at that one more time. He's there in a perfect position to get the rebound and just goes up, and Slokar doesn't even try to challenge the shot right there. I know he's going to hear about that one from Coach Doft.
Mihai Zupan is out of the game.
It was after collision with Garcia. He's been just walking off still behind the bench, just trying to shake off the collision.
Vlasic is going to come back into the game at the next opportunity for Slovenia. He just makes one of two. Well, Dominican Republic will try to hold it for one shot. Will they give it to Garcia? Although Felding is kind of the man of the moment. 7 seconds, 6, 5. Felding gets in there, drives off the glass.
He's taking over right now for the Dominican. 6 points game at the moment.
Prepelic goes out of bounds. And Felding has brought his team back. He's got 16 points. Look at the drive. And this is where he's doing most of his damage. He's putting the ball on the floor and going hard to the right.
Absolutely, and he likes to go to the right, even though he was able to connect even from the left. James Felding, the man of the hour for the Dominicans, he is bringing them back to the game.
54-48. Slovenia's lead cut to just 6 points.
The
Dominican Republic haven't really been effective at all. That would be Francisco Garcia.
But look at their percentage from the two. It was at 53%, so they are just really driving it hard at the basket, and they have been successful. And the rebounding edge is not as big as it was in the half, so the Dominicans are able to rebound better. This is the basis for their running game. They need to get the rebound, throw it out, and just feed Felding in the fast break, who's been effective going to the basket.
And I want to take you back to a point. You know, Slovenia were up by 15 points. They had all the momentum, and yet they couldn't deliver the knockout punch.
Absolutely, we said it before. I mean, if you're in the World Cup and you just really want to be a dominant team, you just need to be able to deliver the knockout punch, and it hasn't happened. Jeff, I pulled out the chart of the shot, and it is just a sea of red for Dominican Republic around the basket. All drives, just drive into the basket at all costs, and you gotta like that. I mean, they have shown some incredible intensity there on the drives, being able to take the contact, but still finish.
And I think it's helped with Jack Martinez. You know, he saved his best game probably in this tournament for the best time.
I told you before, if Jack Martinez doesn't hang on to the ball too long, he is decisive with the ball and goes up, either if it's after the offensive rebound or when he gets on the post up. He's very effective player. He's got a lot of experience and a soft shooting touch and a big body.
Whereas with Vargas, what we were seeing perhaps was a little bit of inexperience.
Well, I mean, he was fairly good there in the opening moments with his blocks and intimidation on defense, but after that, in the second half, he just could not really find his rhythm. So that's why they inserted back Jack Martinez, and it's paid off big time. You know what is really important to me? What's going to happen with Miha Župan? Is he going to be able to return to the game? Because if the physical aspect of the game is going to be decisive, they need Miha Župan there on the floor.
Well, it's 54-48. Slovenia beating the Dominican Republic, but Dominican Republic, who were down by as many as 15 points in the third quarter, have come back. And it hasn't been because of Garcia, but Felding, who has 16 points. The question is, where is Garcia going to be? Now, we've seen Goran Dragic reinserted into the game, and Coronado is going to guard him. So that'll be a big factor as well. Balazic gets in the lane. Slokar left open. Well, they hit those shots in the first half, but not right now.
Wide open.
Coronado. Garcia put the ball on the floor. He doesn't seem to be 100%. Garcia gets it to Martinez. Almost lost it. And is perhaps a little bit too much French pastry on that pass.
Wow, I mean, he went for the spectacular play right there. It was a behind the back drop-off pass to the cutter.
Dragic. Martinez comes up, and Coronado pushes Slokar before he can catch it.
He had to, because there was too close to the basket for Slokar to receive the ball. There would have been nothing to do. But good use of a foul before the shot was taken. Look at that right here. That's a smart play by Coronado.
Now, you can see not only Zupan, but now Slokar a little bit slow on the court right now. He doesn't seem to have recovered from that fall that he had. Dragic gets in and has the ball blocked by, was it Coronado or Felding?
Oh, I think it was Felding, just came from the weak side. I mean, wow, I mean, he's reinserting himself as a defensive presence as well. Look at that one more time. Wow, I mean, that's Goran Dragic just going to the basket.
Now Coronado. Felding has been doing it. May as well keep doing it for the Dominicans.
That's a mismatch right there against Balajic.
Gets in, hands it off to Jack Martinez, and Slovenia defends.
That's only 8 seconds there now on the shot clock for the Dominicans. I thought that Felding, with all the confidence that he's got right now, he was going to take a step back for a jumper there against Balajic. It was a clear mismatch.
Inbounds pass to Coronado, now Jack Martinez. Bump in the lane, kind of fades back. Oh,
that's it right there. That's automatic. If he gets quick, he doesn't take the ball for too long and takes a step back with the contact. That's money in the bank right now, especially today in the game. You can just count it.
That is something that he practices, obviously. Dragic gets in, has it knocked away by Garcia, and Slovenia, it's fair to say, are clinging to a 54-50 lead.
That's a good way to put it right here. And Goran Dragic, that was his marquee move right there when you saw the ball knocked out. This is the foul to slow down the fast break by Slokar.
Is it in Slovenia's best interest right now to try to slow down their tempo?
They just have to find a way just to start playing team offense. I mean, it's been all 1 against 5.
Here he is again, another floater. And Martinez has been pretty much unstoppable inside.
He's a force. I mean, come on, Jack Martinez in double-digit scoring. He's going to go to the free throw line for another 2 free throws. He's got 10 points at the moment. But listen to this one, Jeff. He's got 8 rebounds. Look at that. I mean, he's playing some. He's manimal. It's not Kenneth Farid, but it's Jack Martinez.
Well, this is the Jack Martinez, the double digits, the double-doubles that we've all grown to expect over the years.
They might have to change the defense just to contain Jack Martinez, because he's been getting just way too many rebounds, and also the drop-off passes that he's able to finish.
But would they try it, though?
Well, I mean, with the quickness of the Dominican Republic, they're probably thinking about it. If the Dominicans are smart about it, they play tough and they penetrate the zone defense, which has to collapse. They pass it outside, that could be also dangerous. I think they have a lot of quickness there with Slovenia also, with the Dragic brothers, with Morbek. They are smart defenders, so that's why I think that Coach Dov is staying with the man-to-man defense.
Well, here's the quarter-by-quarter scoring, and you can see that Slovenia really kind of took the second quarter.
Got it? They get back in the corner.
They scored a lot of
We're
points.
gonna have a layup, let's go. We're gonna get a wide open
early,
three.
but then they end up
And then we
being
go back on defense.
I cannot
But I
believe
need
it.
the
It
rebound.
was a 19-0 run for Slovenia at one point. 19-0.
And you saw the shooting percentage as well there.
Look at Jack Martinez. Big Silky right there.
It really, if you're Slovenia in that situation, you can't really do anything else defensively unless you're sending somebody to double as he fades away. How many times are you going to double team the fadeaway jump shooter?
That's difficult to do, but I think the biggest problem for Coach Dov right now is that Miha Župan cannot check back in because he's still shaken after the collision with Garcia. Because he's a lot more physical, he's more vertical.
They were the Dominican fans. George, you want to go join them? They're having fun. And so it looks like a technical foul has. No, they're just going to give him the 2 free throws. I didn't see a technical call.
What's happening though?
No, they just stayed off of the line for the first one for some reason.
Okay.
They tricked us. Remember, he was fouled last time down. So this will be the second. If he gets this one, it'll just be 2 points. Look at that. Saw his numbers. So he's having a terrific day. And he likes this moment. Importantly, Jack Martinez has made his 3 points as well.
He's got soft touch. I mean, if he calms down and just concentrates, follows through, he's a good free throw shooter.
Well, now Slovenia also thinking about it. Prepelic would have put that up. Now back to Goran Dragic. Boy, up 15 now just by 2 points. 4 on the shot clock. 3. Goran Dragic spins in the lane, has the ball taken away. Coronado takes it all the way in. Oh, and he missed the layup.
That was a foul by Jack Martinez on the rebound. He screened off the defender of Coronado. He had a clear path to the basket, just was not able to finish with the left hand. That's why he missed, I think. He just leaned in there with the left hand, just the ball rolled off the rim. And he's limping a little bit. You see it right there? He had a wide path. Great look at the basket, just could not finish that layup.
Coronado's going to come out. Martinez, crucially, going to come out. Vargas has come back in. And I just wonder if we might see a quick reinsertion.
I think so.
Of Martinez. Just
I think so.
He doesn't look tired. Dragic's on the ball. And Sosa as well has come back into the game. Morbek, good hands from Garcia. There's Goran Dragic. He's out.
Boy, that would have been a huge shot if we made that one.
Well, you're going to hear a huge eruption of cheers from the Dominican fans if they can tie it here. The three-point shooting game hasn't really been at the races today. They get it into Vargas. Well, Sosa had it, but Garcia puts up a 3. Well, you don't see him miss often, but he did on that.
He was fairly closely guarded by Prepelic.
Now Goran Dragic throws it back outside to Prepelic. Go!
Whoa, what a three-pointer by the young man. That's a tough shot off the bench for Prepelic. Just really calms things down for Slovenia.
Velde. Ramon for 3. Good! Goodness me, they've hit 1-3 all day, and then he drills that one.
I don't believe that one. I mean, that just took some guts to take that shot right there for Ramon.
Oh, gosh. He brought rain with that three-pointer.
First 3 points in the game for Ramon.
He picked a good time to come up with his first basket. Dragic in the lane. Good.
That's a tough shot and a great show of leadership for Goran Dragic. He's up to 12 points. And I think he's going to step it up with the game winding down.
Boy, what a round of 16 game this has been. Felding now. He gets in, puts it up. The shot was bothered, but a good strong rebound from Vargas. He passes out of trouble to Garcia. Garcia tries to get some space. Turns it over.
And a kick. There's no foul, I don't think it's called.
Was the foul? Who was the ball? It was the kick on Dragic. I thought they had turned it over.
I think Zoran Dragic, when he was pressuring Garcia there, he kicked it.
Garcia is going to come out, but look at this shot from Republic.
That was a huge shot there for Slovenia. Just they could not score or do anything offensively for good 3 minutes. So Miha Zupan apparently is okay, even though he was shaken up and was just trying to walk off a collision with Garcia for good 5-6 minutes here behind the bench.
Now, Garcia has been removed from the game, and he was upset when he sat down on that bench.
He was not happy.
You look at him, you can't even see him. He's like leaning back. And Antigua didn't hesitate. He pulled him out of the game. Felding puts up a runner.
That was a tough shot that he's been making most of the game, but just could not connect on that one. Good take by James Felding. He freed up himself from the defender, but the shot was just way too tough over defense of Slovenia.
And see Prepelic go to the bench. Now Miha Zupan has come back into the game, and Garcia is also going to come back in. So I guess Antigua just wanted Garcia to sit down for a minute and catch his breath. Dragic dribbling, trapped, and Bice read the pass. They've done so well to anticipate those passes all day long.
And I think they are doing a hell of a job collapsing on Goran Dragic whenever he takes the ball right here. Look at that, you got 2 white jerseys right around him, but 2 more are just sinking there to cut off the passing lanes. Hell of a job there defensively for the Dominicans.
Well, Felding doesn't want to come out of the game either. But I suppose in a way, if you're the coach, you want your guys not to be coming out of the game. Lorbeck on the baseline, good, and
nice play out of bounds. Good execution, good back pick there for Domen Lorbeck.
Felding has been the man driving to the basket. We've seen Sosa as well take off and get into the lane, but Sosa puts up a 3.
Lorbeck slipped that time, so Sosa had a good look at the basket.
Will Slovenia hang on here? Zupan hits the cutter, Dragic, and that takes the lead back to 8.
This is a very comfortable situation for Slovenia. If you're up 8 points, we got 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go. This is time to call timeout here for Coach Antigua. And I think there's going to have to be some substitutions.
They haven't scored since the 6:16 mark with that 3-pointer.
I think Jack Martinez, who we see right here, just sat down there on the bench. I think he's going to be inserted into the lineup because you need to score. As you said, they haven't scored for a long time, so they're going to have to bring the scores back into the game.
And that's kind of when it started to go wrong. They took Martinez out. He was in the flow with Felding. But Antigua following his gut instinct. There you see the offensive rebounds and the points.
Let's go right now.
Those offensive rebounds.
11 offensive rebounds there for Slovenia is just way too much. I think that most of them were in the first half. But lately, Slovenia has been able to also collect some very valuable offensive rebounds. Now with 4 minutes to go in the game, I don't think that you want to protect the lead for the Slovenians. They have to stay aggressive and they have to stay with it. But I think with Goran Dragic on the floor, he well understands it.
Well, full credit to the Dominican Republic for getting back into the game.
As was the last basket there by Zoran Dragic.
But as you know, if you trail by a big number, like 15 points, it's hard to come all the way back, isn't it?
Well, that was a big hole that they had to climb out of.
They did have a chance, though, to take the lead, to draw level and take the lead. They were down 2. Garcia. And that's what they've needed really all day.
And this is what I was asking for. I mean, for Garcia just to take it one-on-one, and he can create his own shot with the knees. You saw that. It was not difficult for him to take that shot.
Now Garcia showing some leadership of his own there, getting his team back to within 6. And Jack Martinez back in the game, disrupting the Slovenian guards up top. And Slokar had the ball blocked by Garcia. And then Zoran Dragic comes right back and takes it away from Francisco Garcia.
Did you see that outlet pass? The outlet pass has to have a lot more force into it. I couldn't believe there was an easy steal there for Slovenia.
And a foul on Jack Martinez or Ramon.
I think it's going to be on Ramon. Yep. That was a great defensive play by Bias on Slokar on the last drive. But just a terrible outlet pass that was stolen by Dragic.
So Martinez, Vargas each have 3 fouls.
And this is the strongest lineup there for Coach Antigua, because Feldin comes in there for Ramon. No, for Sosa, I'm sorry. Yep.
Yeah, he's been the player today for this team. He's got 16 points, but for some reason on the scoreboard at the top it says 14. And that was a great play.
Oh, it was Garcia there on the block.
But that was just a sloppy pass from Martinez. If he had just thrown a full court overhead, he would have had an easy layup.
What a costly mistake there with under 4 minutes to go in the game.
14 seconds on the shot clock. And a foul called on Coronado.
And this is experience. No, it's Ramon. Yeah, it's Ramon. This is experience. I mean, Goran Dragic is just running around the screens. He's trying to draw the contact if Ramon is close to him, and he's looking for referees to make that call. That's one-on-one show there.
Goran Dragic frees himself, puts it up, and Martinez with the rebound. And the reach and the foul on Slokar.
So that's team foul number 3 there for Slovenia. But did you see that Goran Dragic has moved to an off guard? He is not bringing the ball up, and he's not starting the plays. So he now will be looked upon as a scorer. He comes off those screens, they give him the ball, and they isolate. They spread out on the floor, and they wait for him to create or make the shot.
Three minutes remaining. Dominican Republic need a basket. You see the numbers there from Martinez now, double-double with 12 points and 10 rebounds. And Zoran Dragic pushes the ball handler, so picks up a foul. No, it's going to be on Zupan.
Yeah, it's on Zupan, and that's a 4th team foul there for Slovenia. So next foul is going to put the Dominican Republic, as we see the replay of that situation, on the free throw line. That can also play a role. Because obviously Slovenia doesn't want to stop the clock.
2:54.
They have to go to Garcia. He's going to create.
Garcia looking for a way around, and the defensive play of Zoran Dragic drives in, and he scores over Bias. That play.
But I'll tell you what, Garcia was just so well guarded right there. He just had nowhere to go and turned the ball over.
And that's one I'm not sure they're going to recover from. Bias. Martinez, and Martinez gets blocked. Goran Dragic heads to the other end. Miha Zupan and Slovenia bring it back out wisely.
That was a smart play by Miha Zupan. He didn't even try to go up. He knew he wanted to use some clock.
Now Goran Dragic. That's a 3, short. 2 minutes to go. 8 points is the deficit. Feldin over to Bias for 3. And Zoran Dragic, another chance to run up to his brother, and Garcia gets the ball, and Joe, as you can see, the coach of Slovenia is going over to talk.
I'll tell you what, you just really need some quick hands there to be able to steal the ball from Goran Dragic. Look at it right here. I mean, he comes like a machine to the lane on a fast break. Garcia's got some fast hands.
He does.
And this was the key play right there. It was by his brother, Zoran Dragic.
And he had just made a steal as well. From Garcia before that.
That was a sequence of great plays there for Zoran Dragic. He's really provided a huge time spark here.
Entry pass, and right now Zoran Dragic is basically putting the nails in the coffin of the Dominican Republic.
He has really taken over the game defensively and offensively.
He's got 16 points. Bias gets the contact and earns a trip to the line.
This is not looking good though for the Dominican Republic. Now Baez is gonna go to the free throw. Look at the contact right here, Zupan foul. But they have really very short time to try to get back into the game. It's a double-digit lead.
Baez, oh!
That was a shooter's roll right there.
That ball almost got stuck on the rim. I've never seen that.
Let's look at Slovenia. What they shoot from the free throw line.
Well, Dominicans went out 70%, and that's exactly the number of the Slovenians. 7 of 10. Makes both.
But it's going to be difficult to start fouling Slovenia because as a team they are shooting solid 72% from the line. They have a lot of good shooters. So it's not going to be easy for the Dominicans to pick an ideal player to foul. And I'm sure that Coach Duff knows that, so he's going to put only good free throw shooters out there on the floor.
Timeout on the floor. We're just 139 away from both of these teams. One of them moving on to the quarterfinals to face the United States.
Slovenia is going to inbound the ball from half court. That's what the coaches of the Dominican Republic just been signaling to each other. I wonder who's going to go on the floor. If Coach Antigua is going to make a substitution there just for the defensive purposes, just to bring out some speed. They will be able to put pressure there on Slovenia. Maybe cause that turnover.
Perhaps out of the game for Elise. Although Elise was ineffective in the first half.
I think Coronado's going to have to stay there on the floor. He's in the game right now, but
139, a lot can happen. It may not be a lot of time, but a lot can happen in a minute and 39 seconds.
But this is a huge defensive position here right now for the Dominican Republic. This is basically their whole championship right now comes to this defensive position.
And listen, Australia made it very uncomfortable for Slovenia in their opener. They almost came back at the end. And Dragic, what can you say? Zoran Dragic. So much is talked about Dragic, Zoran Dragic, but Zoran Dragic.
He's the man of the hour.
He was great at last year's Eurobasket as well.
They're not going to rush it. They're going to take off seconds off the clock.
This is what Doug wants. Nine on the shot clock. 8, 7. Slokar sets the pick, rolls, and over to Zoran Dragic. Vargas with the rebound.
Well, they took off a lot of time there off the clock.
Coronado quickly to the other end. Ramon finds some space, puts up a three, and Zupan with the rebound.
That was a wild three-pointer taken. I think I saw a lot of frustration on Garcia's face that he didn't even touch the ball in that key possession.
59 seconds now. 17 on the shot clock.
I'll tell you what, I would expect a lot more gamble there for the Dominicans on defense because they're not even trying to really cause any turnover from out of bounds. I mean, they are not pressuring up anybody. Look at that. I mean, how easily Lorbeck just got the ball there.
Dragic puts his head down, gets in, and that's a goaltend off of the glass.
And this could be well it right here, Jeff. It's a 10-point lead, double digits, with only 43 seconds to go.
Well, for the second time in a row, it's looking more and more like now the Slovenians are going to win in the round of 16. The follow from Felding, 34.7 seconds. It's been a long time since the Dominicans made it to this tournament. Last time in 1978.
And I agree with your assessment that Garcia is not 100% fit because he's been a shade of himself that we saw from the group. Yeah. I mean, we saw him limping, we saw him wincing. So maybe a big part that he turned his ankle there in the group play. He has not fully recovered. He hasn't demanded the ball lately in the crucial moments.
Yeah. Second one. So, timeout called by the Dominican Republic with 33.3 seconds left and 10 points the deficit.
Well, they're going to have to come out with some plays right off the out of bounds play, some three-pointers. Let's see if Garcia gets involved. I mean, he's got his head down. I don't like his body language right now. I mean, he's not into it at the moment. I'll look at him on the bench.
Right?
It could be one of the numerous factors.
Elo, you're going to jump
Either
on the
he's
ball.
not 100% fit,
Cisco, you all the way back.
either he's upset that he hasn't been as involved. He went to the bench early in the first half. I missed his mouth and didn't come back in.
Did you see the first shot that he made from the corner?
And also 19-0 short round from Slovenia held up. Yeah, the shot that Garcia made. Yeah.
Let's go back to the first half. I mean, I thought he was just 100% ready mentally and physically. After he made his first shot, he stared down at the defender, was turning to the fans. I thought, boy, this guy is ready to play. I mean, he's going to lead by example. And all of a sudden, you said it was not, that was a cheap foul that he picked up first one. And consecutively, after 10 seconds, he picks up the second one, goes to the bench, and everything goes the other way for him.
Maybe, maybe Antigua read the signals that today wasn't going to be the day for Garcia. It was Velding.
But I think, if I can analyze, I think he kept him on the bench for too long in that first half. I would have taken a chance when the game was slipping away.
That said, they got it back to 2 points in the second half. So final 33 seconds. What will the Dominicans do? Do get it inbounds to Garcia. He almost loses it. And Garcia drives in and throws it up off the backboard, and it stays out. And Slovenians start to celebrate on the bench. You can see there at the right of your screen. They are moving on to face the United States in the quarterfinals. And coach and everybody in green is happy. Another great moment for Slovenia basketball. They solidifying their place near the top in international basketball.
That's a great victory for the Slovenians. They well earned it. They prevented a comeback by the Dominican Republic. They came close to by 2 points there in the fourth quarter, but just held off and was able to make some key plays both defensively and offensively. And in my opinion, played more like a team.
Well, Slovenia, they played the United States in a warm-up game before the FIBA Basketball World Cup, and now they're going to face them again. And they'll be looking for some improvement on some of those statistics, especially the ones from three-point range, because they're going to have to have a lot of threes, you would think, to be competitive against the USA.
They are certainly capable. Here we're still looking at the stats. What was standing out was the push free throw percentage, and this is an emotional moment there for Francisco Garcia, 33 years old, a leader for numerous years of the Dominican team. I believe that this was his last game for the national team. A very emotional moment to go out of the tournament and say goodbye to the national team jersey of the Dominican Republic. A great player, great inspirational moment.
Well, the Slovenian fans, all smiles. Veldin was just terrific. He had the 18 points, and without him, obviously the Dominican Republic wouldn't have been close. Jordan Dragons, he came up huge in the end.
And let's not forget about Jack Martinez for the losing side. Also was dominant with a double-double.
And also had the 3 steals.
But I'll tell you what, I mean, the perimeter players for Slovenia were just too dominant. They took care of business when it mattered. So you're talking about the Dragic brothers and also Lorbeck. They were spectacular, solid, and made the key plays.
Well, it's the quarterfinals next for Slovenia, and the opponents will be the defending champions, the United States. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Tenéis el sueño de todos en vuestras manos. Cada balón cuenta, cada salto cuenta. Si ganáis, prometo probar las colas de Bruselas.